were mine. We played hide and seek for hours. Raised our
Hi friends, welcome back to the homestead. If you're new here, my name is Lynn. Welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Welcome to our garage. Today's video is another video I'm sharing with all of you to help keep me accountable and maybe help motivate you all to organize freezers. So my pantry turned out so wonderful, and you all seem to love that video. And you all were saying how it did help you get motivated to get your pantries cleaned out and organized. So I thought, let's share doing our freezers. Now, as I said, we're out in the garage, and I need to do this for a couple of reasons. Now, one, this garage is not heated. It will get very, very cold here very, very soon out here, and it is chilly out here. We're still working on insulating it. We still only have about 25% of it. It's just one of those things, there's just never enough time. Behind you, through there, that is my craft room / the other half is our gym. We have a treadmill and a couple other things. That is all insulated. That's been all built. But where I am, there is no heat source. That obviously has heat sources too. So that's one of the reasons I need to get this done. Two, I've got some meat orders coming. So I need to go through these freezers, organize, honestly see what's in here, because I have been just doing the bare minimum the last, honestly, couple of months. So I need to see what's in here. I'm sure we're gonna find some surprises even from last summer. Dave and I are leaving soon, well, in a few weeks, to help my mother move from Florida to Maine. And we'll be gone for a little bit. Hopefully, not as gone. We're going to try and keep it to be gone the least amount of time as possible. Try to get that out, just because busy time of year still, and we need to get back. So I need to get this done because really I don't have a whole lot of time. I got that craft fair coming up, the Eastern Ontario Homesteading Conference, and I will link all the information for that down below. I have a table there set up with my crochet. And if you're in the area and you want to come by and say hi, please stop by and say hi. One, I'm nervous as heck to have this booth, and I'd love to see anyone who's coming through, so come by and say hi. And it's going to be a good time. There's a great lineup of speakers who are going to be presenting at the conference this year, and there's going to be merch this year, some food. It's in conjunction with the Old Mill Homestead, their fall festival, so I think it's going to be a great time. Hopefully the weather will be beautiful like it has been, and that is September 21st. And like I said, I'll link everything down below. So I really need, like I said, this week I decided, well, all of last week was supposed to be get everything done, finish up the garden, and then concentrate on these next 2 weeks with the crocheting. That's not working out. Hopefully by tomorrow, I will have everything done and can concentrate on crocheting. I do crochet every day in between time, but I really just need to sit down. I need to label things still, get an inventory. I've just kind of been crocheting. Oh my goodness, I can't talk today. My brain's out for the last little bit, so I need to see what I've made. But first, okay, so these are our freezers. So we have this one, our small chest freezer, and we picked up a used refrigerator finally. Literally, we have been looking for almost 4 years for a decent used refrigerator. And we either find they sell so fast when they're a good price and they're decent that we just miss out. The ones we've gone to look at were so disgusting, and I am not kidding you. I do not know how people can feel good about themselves selling things that are this disgusting. I wouldn't touch these unless I had a hazmat suit on. I'm not kidding. They were so gross. Or they've been insanely expensive for a used refrigerator. Like there have been times we could buy a cheaper refrigerator than what they want, brand new, than what they want used. But we finally picked this one up this past weekend. It was clean. It was a reasonable price. It's in great shape. And I'm so happy because when we go apple picking, we can keep our apples in here. I do have a freezer space in here too where I can keep things that I know I'm going to be getting too quick, especially freeze drying. That's what I think I'm going to mainly use that for. So yeah, we did have another chest freezer, which my plan on getting a freeze dryer was so we could get rid of at least one chest freezer. But the chest freezer must have been insulted by that, and gave up on us. We don't know when. We just came out one day and David's like, Lynn, this freezer is warm. And luckily, a lot of stuff was not in there. I had managed to freeze dry a lot that was in there, or we ate. So luckily we didn't lose hardly anything. We really didn't. I had flour in there, which is now in this one. So I just put it into the bucket and we use that up. So, okay, we're gonna start with this first freezer. Let's see what's in here. I have gloves on because my hands will get very, very cold. And we're gonna see, like I said, what is in this freezer. I guess we'll start with the door first. I have blueberry juice. This is stuff that I wanted to freeze dry. So I'm gonna go take that, that shouldn't be in there. I'm gonna go take that over to the refrigerator. And these are elderberries that I harvested a couple of weeks ago and managed to get them all off the stems. So I'm gonna go run those over to the refrigerator freezer section. Phone rang and I had to take it, so while I was talking I did a little bit of organizing off camera, but I just got some things out of the door here. This is my newest butter that I just picked up for stock at September. I have a lot of butter that's older already in the freezer in the house, so I'm going to leave this out here. Ice cream that we picked up for $1 a while ago, so that's got to get 8 or I'm throwing it out. So I'm going to let David and Aiden know that this needs to get 8 ASAP. So I put these out here. So we bought these from Costco before we went to Maine. And I put them out here. We took a few to Maine and then I put them out here so we wouldn't eat them. And when we wanted a few, we could just come take them out and let them thaw. Well, it turns out David loves them frozen and he has been obviously eating them. Wow. I'm gonna hide these in a better spot out here and see if I can see what little bits left. I won't be buying any more, that's for sure, but I have to find a place to put those. And even though I got a lot of blueberries, and I did, and I end up getting more wild blueberries from Quebec and freezing them, and I freeze dried some. This was such a good deal at Costco a couple months ago that I just could not pass it up. It's wild blueberries without pesticides, and they are a product of Canada, I believe. Yes. So I thought we go through a lot of blueberries in the winter, so I did pick up that. I do want to move that. I want to move that. So I try to make this freezer non-meat and put like fruit, pumpkin, the vegetables, things like that in here. So I think I'm going to go back to doing that. But until I have space, I'm going to have to put that up here. Like, this is bacon that we just bought for stock at September. I'm just going to throw it into this freezer for now till I can get to it. Till I can get to this freezer. I also have 4 trays of turkey chili from supper last night that I want to freeze dry, and I put them in here, so I need to get that done. These are organic breakfast sausages we picked up at Costco. They're gonna go in there. And then our chest freezer over here, I use this mainly for the bread that Grace and Aiden like, because they tend to buy it in bulk, especially when it's on sale. I'm gonna stick that over here for now, and I'm probably only gonna get to this one freezer today, but at least it's a start. And I really probably should have started with the meat freezer because that's the one I really need to get ready. But okay, so these are potatoes O'Brien I did a little while ago. This is a bunch of pumpkin. I was all out of my own pumpkin, and I bought a great big can of pumpkin for Lily while she was recuperating, who, by the way, is back to her normal activities. Yay! She doesn't have to wear the shirt anymore. She's running around chasing chipmunks again. She gets worn out fairly quickly, which is not a bad thing, quite frankly, but she is able to, run around gently. She does have a little bit of muscle loss. We can see it. The one side that's hurt looks a little smaller than the other side, but that won't take long to build that back up. So yeah, so we are, she's back to normal. Thank you all for your prayers and well wishes for our lily bug. The scar looks amazing. It's completely healed. Her hair is growing back. So hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we won't even know it ever happened. Well, at least physically. Lily wants to say thank you so much for all the good wishes and prayers. Say, I'm just about back to normal. Almost. Yeah, she is. You say hi? Say hi to people? Yes. Good girl. So anyway, I bought Pumpkin because she was having troubles with the medication she was on with bathroom issues. So I bought some pumpkin and I didn't want to waste it. So I just threw it in here for now, but I do want to freeze dry pumpkin. So I might have to thaw this out, but we're going to get that chili going today. So for now, I'm going to put that down here in the bottom. Yes. I'm just going to close that for a second because it won't stop beeping. See, I did not know I had any Asiago cheese. I could have used that the other night. And I did not know I had 2 things of sour cream for supper tonight. And we went and bought one. So I'm going to use that because it's thawed out. But yeah, that's why you need to know what's going on in your freezers. Croissants that I froze because I knew we weren't going to eat them all before they went bad. So that's going to go over here in the bread freezer. I'm not too worried about the bread flour freezer getting organized because we actually did that when the other freezer went on us a couple weeks ago. So we had a really good deal on Gracie's bread at Costco. So she's good for a while. And oh, we still have some homemade. Nope, those aren't homemade. Those are bought hamburger buns. I have a lot of bread going in the other freezer. Okay, now I have a basket. I'll keep all my potatoes O'Brien in the basket. These are all those blueberries I bought and froze. We obviously have enough blueberries for the winter. More than enough. So now I can use my bucket again. So we have some cheddar cheese. I have 2 things of Asiago. And then these, friends, this, and this. I really need to get my containers back. These are all, elderberries that I threw in here when we were getting ready to go to Maine. And I didn't have time to take them all off the stems, so they're all in here with stems, but they'll come off easy now that they're frozen. So I'm gonna put them in the freezer that's attached to the fridge over here. There. And I'll get to them hopefully in the next week or so, if not when I get back from our trip. This is the surprises. These are all yellow and purple beans from last summer. Good thing I vacuum sealed them because all except one, this vacuum seal clearly went. So those will probably go to the chickens. But these, oh, and that one. The rest, slippery with gloves. The rest all are still vacuum sealed. So this one is open. Sugar-free treats. I hate frozen chocolate, so I freeze them so I can't eat them too fast. And then I just, when I want a treat, like on the weekend, is when I tend to I'll take 1 or 2 out and let them thaw out, and then I have my treat and I don't eat them. I know, you've been open a while. And that is actually, oh my goodness, some meat, which I didn't even know. Here, I'll close you. even know we had this left. I thought we'd gone through all of our smoked pork chops. They must have given us those for free because I'm not one for smoked. I'll put those up there. But this is our, I think, our last ham. Yes, and I believe that is on the menu. I think that's coming up. I'm going to take that out. I think that's on my menu plan. Today's Tuesday, maybe Thursday or the weekend. I think it's the weekend. I'll wait a couple more days. But until then, I'll put it in here on top of something so I can see it. And then we might not even need this basket, at least for this freezer. We're almost done. We're down to the last. Again, pork. I actually have that marked for canning. If you can see. Pork for canning. I have a few of those packages until I can get to them, but I have the prep work done. They're already cut, so it'll just be thawing them. And I did not know. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm leaving them in here. 5 of them. 5 chicken carcass, turkey carcass, necks, whatever, for broth. So even though I have a big jar of freeze-dried broth, I am gonna get to this too, because those are taking up insane amount of space. That a lot of our meat order could go, not our meat order, but some of the things from the other freezers that shouldn't be in there could go in this freezer. But for now, they're gonna stay at the bottom. But again, that's a surprise. I thought I used up all of our, here, sorry. I thought I used up all our carcasses and made broth last time. I had no idea. Of course, these could be just ones from that we've had in the last couple of months, which is probably what it is. And there we go. Wow, that took like no time. We have a few things in the door, but not too crazy, and they actually fit in the door. And then each shelf, I've got my potatoes O'Brien in there, some mixed vegetables, the yellow beans, the purple beans, all that. My cheese. This will be my cheese shelf going forward. Those potatoes will probably get up in the next week or so between Aiden and David. And then of course all of our carcasses on the bottom, but those won't take long. I can get all rid of them in one fell shot, doing a huge triple or quadruple batch of broth. Because that took such a little time, I'm gonna go ahead and tackle this freezer and get it done. This one's definitely a mess, and there might be some things that actually need to go into the other. I'm seeing things already. So this is our before. I have no idea what's in here. I mean, that's silly to say. I obviously have an idea of what's in here, but it's just not organized. So before, after. Oh my goodness. That looks so good. And we had some surprises in here too. I thought I had used the last packet of ground turkey, making the turkey chili last night. Nope, we had 4 more packets in there that need to be used as soon as possible. So I might just make more chili and freeze dry it or something. It's mainly how we like ground turkey. Not really crazy about it any other way, but maybe I'll find a new recipe to try and we'll use it. But I'm so happy. Both these freezers are done. Like this one was already done, and I got the freeze dryer going for that chili because that was taking up a lot of space having all those. And we're done. That took me less than, I don't even think it was a half hour, and I had to stop in between and get the freeze dryer going, fiddle with that, wipe out the shelves on this one, and it's done. It didn't even take that long. So now I have lots of space for our meat orders that are going to be coming. Lots of space. I know we're going to definitely be getting more ground beef with the meat order because we are getting low on that. We're actually low on a lot of red meat. We have no roast left. I've got a couple of steaks and ground beef. That's it. We've got lots of fish for a while, lots of sausage I still need to get through. Got plenty of chicken breasts, but no whole chickens. I must have used them all when I canned up all that chicken, the taco soup. I must have used them all. So I have all my, well, there's some lamb in this one because there's not a lot. and pork chops. And here is all pork. This is all ground turkey. This will be our red meat shelf. That's got ground beef in it. My chicken is here, fish is here, sausage is here. And I just picked up these baskets at the dollar store. You know, just, I did go to our Dollarama, which is kind of like your Dollar Tree Plus, just to get a little bit more heavier duty baskets because these are pretty heavy. So these baskets were more than $1. I think they were $4, $3 and $4 maybe, but they're worth it. Oh, this one was $2 because the price is still on that one. Those ones were $2, but these white ones I think were a little bit more, but I've had them several years now, so they were worth spending a little extra on them, but that looks so much better. And basically all I have in the door is bacon. That's it. And there's lots of space for other things if I run out of room. That's it. I am so happy. I got my pantry done. Our freezers are ready for winter. I actually can start doing some baking and some meal prepping, mainly doing, we don't do a whole lot of freezer meals. We have just found that doesn't necessarily work for us as a family, but there are some things I do like to have, just a couple. So I might be doing a video with all of you, getting a few things that we do like, put in the freezer, and some breakfast. I definitely need to do some breakfast things and freeze them, especially for David. Some more wraps, some more muffins, some more pancakes, maybe some egg cups. There's a bunch of things that he likes that we could do because I told him last night, I feel like I'm dropping the ball in the wife department a little bit because things have been so crazy the last, well, year, but really the last few weeks that I've not been making sure that I am feeding him well and taken care of. So I'm changing that. Of course, he's like, what are you talking about? Things have been crazy around here. And he says, I'm perfectly capable of getting myself something to eat. But my love language is feeding my family. Baking and cooking, that's my love language. So I definitely want to get back to that. And having all these organized makes that so much easier. I've said this before, I cannot do anything if things are disorganized. And I think most people are like that. I mean, some people thrive in disorganization. I don't know how, and sometimes I envy those people, and other times I get anxiety from those people, but I am not one of them. I need organization. I like things neat, and I clean as I go so I don't get overwhelmed and frustrated. So that's it, friends. There we go. We got our freezers all organized. The pantry's all organized. We are ready for the Burr months. Bring them on. Until then, take care, God bless, and we'll see y'all soon.